As the mob grew angrier and more violent, the town mayor, Oliver Roller, he ordered all bars to be closed. But that didn't stop the mob from gathering. The mayor then pleaded and begged the crowd to leave. That went nowhere. The mob could not be calmed down. They wanted one thing and one thing only, and that was Pink Barbour strung up, period. And without that, they weren't going anywhere. The town's judge, Talford Haas, he also tried to persuade the mob to leave. It was only when Judge Haas promised that justice would not be delayed for Pink that the crowd finally agreed to disperse. Not because they changed their minds, but because they were promised a different kind of lynching, one with paper and ink, paid for by the Commonwealth. Pink's friends and associates who were with him on July 4th, Ed Morris, Henry Morris, and Ed Knight, testified about how much he drank that day. They said Pink had at least 12 beers in 5 hours, which is a lot for a man his size, who weighed only 130 pounds and stood about 5'7". Dr. Frank Miller, the physician Pink had tried to pay on the street, also testified. He told the jury how drunk Pink was. A black man named Flint Gasway, a respected barber who ran a thriving shop near the stable, he testified as well. He said he saw Lee cursing and berating Pink, that Lee rushed him with a board, and only then did Pink fire. But remember, this was a sham trial. The conclusion had already been determined. The prosecutor, George Conrad, was Judge Haas's brother-in-law. He called witnesses to testify that Pink was not drunk. The trial lasted just 2 days. The all-white jury knew its job. After deliberating for 15 minutes, they returned the expected verdict: guilty. They disregarded all of the evidence of self-defense and intoxication. Judge Haas quickly sentenced Pink to die by electrocution. Everyone got what they wanted, and Judge Haas had kept his promise. After Pink was convicted, his attorneys requested a new trial, but that was denied by Judge Haas. They then filed an appeal. That too was denied. But it wasn't just denied. Judge Haas tampered with the court record to make sure it was. He changed the summaries of the trial that were sent to the Court of Appeals. He edited the testimony of witnesses to downplay how intoxicated Pink was. He crossed out entire sections. He changed words. He even added new testimony. He made it appear as if Dr. Franklin said that Pink was so cheerful that he didn't care to pick up his money when he dropped it, instead of the truth, which was that he was so drunk he couldn't. Haas also changed testimony related to self-defense.